Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa with Healing with Nature. I am currently based in Sedona, Arizona. I am a Reiki master teacher, practitioner, and a master certified intuitive guide. Currently I offer vortex healing tour experiences. A variety of those experiences all include Reiki energy healing session while you explore and connect to the energies of the land and heal with the land. So thank you again for joining me. I am very grateful. Today we're going to talk about a very hot topic in the, let's just say, the spiritual community. The divine union. The twin flame. I feel like the twin flame story has sort of gone off the rails. It can become a huge distraction in your healing journey, your mission, your purpose, where you're showing up. So today we're going to talk about that with a lot of love, a lot of understanding, and definitely applied grace. Because I've been there, done that. And I will share some of my story. So today we're talking about the divine union as inner balance of feminine and masculine energies and how that changes the way you show up in every relationship. Now please note, I am new to videos. I have taken notes. This is so different for me because when I intuitively guide, there's no structure, it's dynamic, and I have people in front of me seeking all sorts of different things. So talking to a camera, having to have some notes, and not having that flow of energy, I'm learning to create that right now. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of my journey, breaking through something that I feel vulnerable doing. I'm in my flow when you're in my presence. A camera, I'm connecting to collective energy. I want to send my message out to the collective. So thank you for joining me. So what is the divine union within? Now please understand this. This is not about gender. This is not about finding your other half. This is about finding balance within. So the divine feminine, how you show up for yourself, being, feeling, intuition, receptivity, and nurture. What is the divine masculine? It's direction, it's action, it's boundaries, it's protection, it's structure. What does that inner union look like when they're both online within you and cooperating inside you first? When your inner world is in a place of chaos and war, your relationships will mirror that chaos and war. When your inner world is in a balanced union, whatever balance is perfect for you, your relationships mirror that union. So, the healthy feminine can feel, receive, nurture, be soft and wise by listening, empathizing, honoring intuition, and truth checking, or checking in your inner truth, checking in. What's the shadow aspects of a feminine? Drama, manipulation, the martyr, no boundaries, and chaos. I can definitely look back on my own journey, my own personal growth. I have dedicated many years of intentional healing and growth. So it's easy for me to look back at my 20-year-old self and see all the toxic behaviors. See, I was still in a place of learning. My heart was still in a good place. And the toxic behaviors weren't intentional. I was coming from a wounded place. I didn't know how to find that balance. I was under the belief that the other half would balance me out. The partnership, the friendship, the family member. So what is the healthy masculine side? It's clear boundaries, grounded presence, a follow through, and protection. How can I show up as that aspect in myself? Calm in conflict, choosing solutions, not explosions. What are some of those shadow aspects of the masculine? Control, domination, shutting down, gaslighting, aggression. Most of us swing between these shadows instead of learning the healthy forms of each. And I want to say again, I've been there, done that. We're always a work in progress. When we take the moment to reflect back, it's really important not to go back into the pain and be reliving all of it. The journey of healing is being able to look back and collect the blessing and the lesson. See those things. Heal the wounds. Heal the pain. Process the pain. So if you're intentionally processing painful experiences, the wounded place, no matter what age you were, no matter what part of you you're looking within and finding this place in you that you know you'd like to heal it, you'd like to clear it. When you look back, take those little notes, find those moments, and then as you go through and bring yourself back to the present moment, finding how much growth, looking back and reflecting when you're doing hard inner work, facing those shadow aspects of yourself, you need to remember to look at the growth so that you're empowering yourself to continue going forward. This is not a inner dialogue where you start bashing yourself over the mistakes you made. No, you acknowledge, you take accountability, and you gracefully take the lesson and the blessing with you. So, how can you show up for yourself in relationship? So when you tap into your feminine, you feel your needs, you rest, and you receive. When you're tapping into your masculine, you protect your time, you make decisions, you uphold standards. Well, what if it's showing up for the romantic partnership? Less chasing, less fixing, less control. Bring more clarity. What you will and won't accept. When it pertains to family and friends, you can hold space, that's feminine energy, and have the firm boundaries, which is the masculine energy. So when we do this work and we intentionally tap in, remember the feminine energy is creativity, intuition, and connection. The masculine is planning, execution, and leadership. There's a lot of people that are dedicated to their healing journey, and they stay single with purpose. You'll find that when you're in your healthy masculine, you're creating and leading yourself. You're implementing healthy boundaries and protecting yourself. When you're tapping into the feminine, you're tapping into creative energy, into intuition, connection, nurturing. So a lot of these things I'm going to repeat throughout this talk. What is the key message? What am I offering here? The divine union you commit to inside is the template for how you show up in every dynamic outside of you. So, in my personal journey, where I am currently, and the intentional work that I've done, I consider myself a divine feminine warrior and healer. As that warrior, I can still show up in a soft, receptive feminine energy and still be carrying a weapon for protection. That is healthy inner balance. Now, please note that weapon for protection. I honor everyone. If you choose to actually carry a weapon in your everyday, beautiful. If you choose to have this as an energetic weapon, awesome. So when we show up, we're going to compare here. When we show up in unhealthy aspects, it looks like unprocessed rage, blame, projection, and amplifying a toxic blowout that leads to volatile, unsafe situations for everyone involved. I could just easily look back and see all the karmic endings and say, wow, when you apply the healthy aspects of your own feminine and your own masculine, how you can actually navigate through a very volatile situation. Because if I'm showing up in the healthiest parts of myself, not perfect parts of myself, healthiest parts that I'm intentionally trying to tap into and actually bring forward, that doesn't mean the other person is in that state of being. They could be completely blown up, okay? But I can tell you from experience, showing up in the healthier aspects of self, navigating a volatile situation, you can create an environment to de-escalate and to safely exit, to safely remove yourself from that kind of situation. So that's speaking from experience. When you find yourself in these relationships, we have these terms for so many different relationships: soulmate, twin flame, soul family, kindred spirit. I know when I feel beautiful connection with people. My twin flame, I want to throw that out there. Open your mind. We could have many twin flames. We have many soulmates. We have a boatload of soul family. We have beautiful friends that feel like family. We have family members that feel like we've had many lives together. So take a moment and breathe that in for a moment. Every opportunity to have a relationship, whether it is a partnership, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a family member, we can have very deep spiritual connections. If we choose to use the labels twin flame or soulmate or soul family, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're staying in balance. As a witness to a lot of different people I've crossed paths with, there's a toxic, almost Yeah, no, I'm going to go with toxic. Toxic narrative. Being pushed, being taught, being encouraged about twin flame and finding the one. This can have repercussions to looking within, finding your own inner balance, crossing paths with someone you make a connection with, and realize there's a karmic opportunity in front of you. I feel like it's like winning a game. Like you just scored goals, the winning touchdown, whatever. When you realize how many opportunities we have to show up, welcome in relationship without a label, find those wounds together, navigate as healthy as possible. And I want to really stress the point, if it's unhealthy, do not stay in a dynamic like that. It only gets more and more chaotic and could potentially become a danger, a safety issue for you, for your health and well-being, for your emotional health and well-being, not just physical. So as I take a moment and I reflect, sharing beautiful wisdom, experience, I had a twin flame experience. If we are going to label it, I had a twin flame experience. And I can go into that deeper another time. But what I learned is that your twin flame can be your best friend. Your twin flame does not have to be your partner. Just like every soulmate, soul family can come in and they can be one of the most challenging, hardest teachers, or the most amazing reunions, as we would say, when you meet someone and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've known you forever. Your twin flame can be your best friend. A dear friend of mine said to me, how do we know there's not more than one twin flame? God, the universe, whatever you choose to call it. We have so many people lined up to play so many different important roles in our lives. I myself, when I first learned about the twin flame story many years ago, I'm trying to reflect back, is 2010 or 11. I read a really beautiful write-up. Sorry, my cat's saying hey. Come here. Come on. Are you joining me? Come on. Come on. You're interrupting. Hi. So I look back at that learning opportunity and realize, with my friend telling me we can have many, to me it's just like, keep our ego in check. If we stop and we reject every person that comes towards us, again, offering opportunity for learning, growth, and it could be the one of the best relationships you ever have in your life. But if you didn't think they were your twin, you turn them away. Let's try to redirect ourselves and be more open, and know that when we have that balance within us, we bring that balance outward. So I'm going to break down a few things that I think are important, especially for fellow divine feminine healers and warriors, healers or warriors. Being in your feminine is having an open heart, compassion, intuition. You're trained in how to be your own resource, prepared to protect herself and others if needed. That's a mixture of those energies. So the weapon for protection, which I touched base on, but I want to reiterate, it can be a metaphor or literal. The metaphor represents boundaries, voice, discernment, and exit plan. Literal is whether you train in martial arts, self-defense techniques, whether you carry pepper spray or practice your Second Amendment rights, whatever you choose, that's the literal. The core is that the weapon is in service of protection and peace, not in your ego and in chaos. So again, unhealthy versions, your triggered, unprocessed trauma, power used to attack, escalation, screaming, physical or emotional volatility. No one feels safe. Nervous systems go into survival mode. So the difference isn't the weapon. It's the state of your heart and whether your inner feminine and masculine are in conscious union or at war. Let's practice a couple minutes here. I want to invite you to place a hand on your heart. That is intentional feminine energy. And then place one hand on your belly or solar plexus for the masculine energy. Breathe into your heart. Feel your softness, your capacity to love, receive, and nurture. Breathe into this. Now breathe into your core. Feel your spine. Feel your boundaries, your voice, your ability to protect and choose. Now ask, where is my feminine asking for more care? Also ask, where is my masculine asking for more structure and protection? This is a beautiful practice. Only takes a couple minutes. Feeling into your balance, your centers. Divine union is not something you find in another person. It's a balance you cultivate within. And then you carry that medicine into every relationship you touch. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on one of my first instructional videos. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share. If it helped, remember, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This is for the collective. If you found this video, then I'm truly grateful if it helped you to find your balance in your center. So please leave a comment. I will get back to you. Thank you for joining my channel today. Thank you for watching my video. Maybe in the comments even, here's my question for you to comment back. Where do you feel more developed right now? Are you in your feminine? Are you more into your masculine? And what is one small shift you can make this week to create more inner balance for yourself? Thank you.